Aren't you guys super excited with continuing this? It's so cool. Really like this game. I just didn't have time, but this time I have a little more. So let's go have some more fun with this story. Let's see if I remember how to do these voice properly. During the afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. Click, click, click. Wasn't it clicking? Oh, because I wasn't window noob uninstall. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be nosy. Oh my god, they're back! After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby, attached onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I feel a little offended, but I'd be considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it, and best that they're on their guard. What's with the escort? That doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it made me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to a cell. What's wrong, Yi-chan? That's right, we're just going to play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know if Misha. That all seems a little sinister to me. Sorry, this is a new microphone, so I need some adjusting to do. And I start thinking that when we sit down to play a game, they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason, it just seems like it would be so plausible. Ooh, picture effect, that's the budget. All of it all went in that move. Enjoy it, because there won't be any other. Getting to the student council room is as simple as turning to corner where we started. What? That's it? This makes you guys being so on top of me seems like... Aw, please, son. Don't make that kind of silly puns. That's not true, Yu-chan. Shi-chan says that when their life is threatened, people have shown the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed. Life is threatened? Her expression changing, Misha sends something musically to Shizune, who makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Now, I don't know if that was Misha or Shizune-dakan, but I'm gonna go ahead and ignore all of it. Misha feigns deafness. That's so unprofessional of you, Misha. How dare you? You have a freaking disabled person next to you and you're gonna mock her? Well, it's not like she can hear you anyway, but Jesus Christ, some little dignity. And Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerily. Stop that. I know you heard me. You have no excuse, unlike Shizune. That was a loud door. Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's a very plain, sparsely decorated room, although it is quite large, maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a big table in the center, surrounded by a chair, and a small desk permanently placed in the back that I assume is Shizune. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked to one side as well, extra perhaps. Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old school's records, documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. That they could at least put a pot plant in here or something. But the most noticeable thing that this room doesn't have is other people. Cause it was empty, bro. I know you have a poor heart, but that doesn't make you a retard. Please try to keep up with everybody in the class. Are we early? No. What do you mean, no? Does it mean nobody else is coming today? Yeah, that's right. Before I managed to ask about that class, Shizune claps her hand to get... Oh, I thought she got slapped because she turned her head. That would have been funny. Hitting a disabled lady. Okay, let's just go back to this. Shizune claps her hand together very energically.
Yu-chan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain to you while we've set everything up.
While Misha's talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinet and throws it on the table.
Actually,
no, that's that's still the same guy. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the basics with somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her arm through the airs. How don't you know how to play Risk? You have a country, you roll the dice, and you lose. That's how you play Risk. You can't win Risk. It's just poor and stupid odds. I forgot the game. I'm sorry. Let's go back to this. I'm not good at Risk. I have terrible luck. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off onto me. I start feeling more competitive than I intended to be when I agreed to. How can you be competitive at Risk? It's luck. It's only luck, all of it. Halfway into the game, while I try to. Am I gonna insult like fans of Risk? That's gonna be like, oh, you know what? There's a lot of strategy in Risk. Yeah, a little, but if you just roll crappy dice number, it's gonna change absolutely nothing to your actually strategized stuff. Anyway, let's go back to this. I get distracted too easily. Halfway into the game, while I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault from two fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her finger on the table to get my attention. Sorry about that. Gonna get water now.
She-chan wants you to know that you are taking too long to make a move. She-chan also says that she will let you keep Australia if you agree to join this.
Why Australia? Of all the places, that place is like the most dangerous part of Earth. Why do you want to keep that? I thought this was a game with no strings attached. Just the fact that she would dingle that over my head as an offer means that she knows I care about the outcome of this game. No, it's a game of Risk. You cannot win it. I told you at the beginning, it doesn't matter even so. And again, it's Australia. You can not care about Australia. It's already invaded by pianos anyway. And anyway, no.
She-chan's admirer of your fighting spirit and would be a benevolent dictator who will spare your people if you agree to join the student council.
You're so competitive, Shizune. She seems to take this as a compliment. I would expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous. She doesn't seem to know what the word means or how it's signed, so she pulls out a piece of paper and writing for Shizune, who in return signs it back to Misha. Misha pressing her finger against her temple as if trying to physically imprint the word into her memory. Suddenly, Shizune bursts into a flurry of gesture. Whatever. Misha looks daunted by the pace of her heated signing.
Oh, wait, please, slow down, She-chan, Yu-chan, and She-chan. She-chan says you're going to lose.
Tell her I will crush her world empire with my rebellion. Nobody fucks with the pianos like I do. I'm sorry, getting too carried.
Oh, okay.
Those eyes of hers shines with childlike mischief. She says back to Misha again.
She says you have no chance if you keep playing like this. No, you won't.
She has a point. Attack aggressively. It's a trip. It's smarter to play defensively here. I'm going to go defensive, because even if I lose, I don't want to join her, so... No, wait. I don't want to... you know what? This is you. We're fighting piano. Attack aggressively. Fuck it. We're taking this shit down. She's either mocking me or trying to trick me. I have nothing to lose though, so might as well try something different. It would have been fun if they included some risk feature of this, like see a board game or I don't know, something else than their face for once. Maybe if I spread out my forces and try to control more territories, I can recoup the advantage. Shizune seems to focus on conquering whole nations, so maybe I can sacrifice my hold on continent to gain more small countries. It's worth a shot. A few turns later, I end up losing the game anyway. Shizune adjusts the glasses victoriously and allows herself tentative pump a fist in the air in celebration. I don't care, you're never gonna take my fourth stronghold!
I win, yay!
There's no need to translate that, it was pretty clear.
Don't look so sad, Yu-chan. You were really giving your best. That's what I thought. Sometimes your best just isn't good enough, though. If anyone knows that, it's me. You did very well for someone who just learned how to play today.
Translated, you suck. Go back to the hospital.
Hey, Chan. You attacked Iceland and North America at the same time. That was a very daring move. Chan is impressed. The mark of great people is that they are daring and that they can follow through. You're already halfway there. Isn't that great, Yu-chan?
Reminds me of Charlie Brown.
That isn't enough, though. Just potential isn't enough. There's no point to potential if you don't take the first step, and there's no point to that if you don't keep going. I want to see more. You're right, Chi-chan, but that's so demanding.
Yeah, I know that was Misha, but it still felt better that way. Shizune leans forward, suddenly looking a lot less playful and more like the serious person I expected her to be from the start. Yu-chan? Yu-chan. Let's go back to the other boys.
Yu-chan, would you like to join the student
Fuck off, man! How many times do you... Oh, sorry. It's only my second day of school, so I'm hesitant about committing to something so early. I haven't even taken a look at any other club. Sorry, I got distracted by something on my screen. Let's go back to this. But spending time with Shizune and Misha doesn't seem like something I would hate. I still need more time to think about it before I decide for sure. Maybe I'll get back to you on it.
Okay, Yu-chan, but I hope you're not just saying that so we don't feel bad.
Totally. No, really. Yeah, I'll totally get back to you. Now you won't.
Really? Yu-chan, if you're going to say that and you're saying that, it's definitely the truth. And there can't be any mistaking it.
Oh, lady, you clearly don't know me after 2 days. I know. I guess I should have my revenge for losing, at the very least. What the hell's up with her face? Shizune smiles at that in a mischievous way that feels like twisting the knife in the wound of my loss. I take a glance at the clock on the wall and realize I spent far too long playing Risk than I expected. Sorry, I have to go. I think I have to go. You're not sure? 'Cause where do you have to go? You're going back to your room to just take some more pills, you freaking addict? I wanted to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Sure, let's call it the library. Shizune scratches her head and gestures to Misha. How hard can it be to determine whether the library is open? There's a clock right on the wall. It should be. Sorry, need some more water to get that voice right.
It It should be, unless the librarian is absent.
See? So much better.
I think you're right, Shi-chan. We think the library is open. It's on the second floor. You can miss it. Do you want us to show you where it is?
No thanks, it's okay. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Oh, what the hell? They changed the picture? Or is it just a different flight of stairs? I think it's different. It seems like the corridor is a little wider. It's probably different. They wouldn't go through the trouble of painting something different. These are clearly pictures of somewhere in the world, and they just added a filter on it. One flight of stairs is up, and I run into problems. The second floor hallway is a carbon copy of the... See? Called ain't. Wide, of course, and plain, like only always can be. Problem is that the library whereabouts are not as easily determined as one would think. The classroom are marked with signs stating which class they belong to, but then there's a plethora. You're just using words you think means what you think, because you don't really use that kind of words in everyday's life of other unmarked rooms. Is the library one of them, or is it just somewhere down the hallway? I bet on the latter, and choose my direction at random. So you basically, when they ask you, do you need us to show you the way, you said, no, I'm okay. That usually mean you know where it is. Not that you're just gonna take a guess halfway through. Because otherwise you might just as much ask them to show you the way. Unless you really despise them. And in which case, makes us not gonna bother with them again. After a turn around the corner, an unmarked door draws... Goddamn, what's up with my voice? An unmarked door draws my attention because it's not closed. Might as well venture in there, right? It's not open either, though. Just barely ajar, so that I can't see it's open and nothing else. And peoples are screwing into each other in there. Let's play some Barry White and get the mood right. Wouldn't make sense for the library door to be invitingly open. And while this one is not quite that, it's good enough. Yeah, let's go venture in there, at the very least. It means that someone is inside. I can ask for directions, no matter how embarrassing that is. I gingerly pushed on the center of the door with my fingertip, every muscle in my arm ready to pull back at a moment's notice. The feeling of being an outsider to this school can't be shaken from my mind so much that I instinctively fear doing something wrong with my... Wow, that is obnoxiously loud. The door slowly creaks as if groaning from a deep sleep, though it's much easier to open than I anticipated. Leaning over and poking my head even further inside to gain a sight of the room as fast as possible, the meek hello on my lips is quickly snatched away. So we're in a library, which I'm assuming is the location, and you have a blind person in there. Why? Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and assume this is not the library. This is not as I was expecting. I mindlessly let the door open to its full extent, taking in the sight of the solitary figure taking center stage in the otherwise abandoned room. The situation steals my voice, leaving me standing at the doorway, staring at the beautiful girl. She's not that pretty. Evidently, having taken our time to assess the situation, the girl gently puts down her teacup and opens her eyes, but doesn't look at me. So, okay, so she's fancy. We have to find her a voice that is fancy and girly at the same time, so... Hello there, may I help you? That's not very girly. I'm gonna try to work on that a little. Staring directly in front of herself, the movement of her lips seems to break the silence rather than the words. However, it's the soft measured voice that reminds me she's being separated from the room itself. Not only is she likely the tallest girl I ever laid eyes on, but even among the foreigners I've met, she's strikingly distinct. Hi. Sorry for intruding, I was just kind of lost. She takes a moment to formulate a response before speaking. Every action she takes feels as if it's carefully choreographed beforehand.
Care to take a seat?
Well, no, she sounds just old. I'm gonna have to work on that. Let me get some water to take on it. Unexpected considering that I'm intruding upon her. Thanks. I slowly step towards another seat opposite her. The girl resting in the teacup and saucer on the wooden table in between. The way she doesn't track my movement with her head is telling that, and the slightest cloudiness of her eyes means she must at least partially blind, like Kenji. Come to think of it, her voice doesn't have any detectable accent either. Oh, that's gonna be a problem now. I guess she must be half Japanese. Oh, okay. So we're gonna work on that. Fancy Japanese. Okay. I think I got something for this. As I take my seat, her composure takes me slightly off guard. Her air of relaxed confidence makes the silence entirely comfortable. The calming atmosphere is so very different from the student council office. Okay, so basically she's half Japanese, fancy, so we're gonna have to swap all the L and R shenanigans that Japanese do. That's gonna be a load of fun.
I take it you're
a new student to Yamaku. Still working on my voice. I'm gonna have something, because I don't want to be the same as Misha. Oh yes, I just transferred in yesterday. Started doing girl voice. I get the distinct feeling my speech pattern doesn't matter the formality of hers, accentuated by her restrained bow of greetings. One which I hasten to match before realizing the futility of the action.
I'm Lily Sato. Pleased to meet you.
You the viewer. She gives a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup.
Would you call full a drink?
That is so racist. Oh, I feel so bad, but I'm having so much fun. Sure. I'm sorry. As much as it pains me, I can't keep step with her formality in the proceedings. She gives a kind nod, taking the request in stride. Without another word, she steps off the chair and prepares a second cup of tea from a collection of supplies laid out alongside. I'm sorry. It's just I really fancy her voice now. A brush here, a brush there. Her left often lightly touch the side of whichever container she's pouring into. She seems to be a process she'll follow dozens of times before. As I lean sideways to see around her back, she seems to use her long, dainty fingers to measure the right amount of water in the cup. It's one thing to see the different disabilities the student in my class have, but it's quite another to see how everyone seems to adapt. Shizune and Misha have no problem working together to communicate to me, and Lily herself seems to have workarounds for problems I never thought of. While I feel slightly guilty about her doing the work, she seems pleased to follow the correct process of preparing the drink.
So,
her soft voice brings me out of my silent observance.
Which room you looking for? It's not often this classroom is visited after school.
Some words don't work when you change the L for R. The school library. Some classmate told me it was on this floor. She finished pouring water into the teacup as she nods. A small metallic tapping coming from the teacup indicates it's being stirred.
I'm aware, Monsieur Kamichi, as are most students. To be with them means you're in class 3-3, no?
That's right. In the science room with Metal. She gives a small giggle before setting down the teaspoon and slowly walking towards the table, teacup and saucer in hand.
He's quite a character. I imagine you're come to like him most do.
Oh, is that my face? That's new. Alright. I'm so sexy. As she sets down the tea, I gently take it and have a sip. Where's your teacup, bro? Bro, if you're gonna drink tea, you should have a teacup. I'm really more of a coffee person, but this seems like a rather bad moment to bring it up. Nonetheless, the smell's quite nice. I hardly think it'd be hard to choke down. Thanks, Satao. It tastes really nice. She smiles and quickly waves her hand in front of her face. Riri, please. I'm sorry. It's just, it's really according to her.
There's no need to be too formal.
I'm sorry. She says this in spite of her exceedingly well-bred speech. Yeah, it's so well-bred, right? Right? Yeah, no. Oh, well. I guess I should try to ask her about herself, as it really does seem as if she's catering to me. So which class are you from? I imagine it's one of the third classes.
Correct. I'm in class 3 too, which is on the third floor, same as yours.
It doesn't work for some word.
It's taught by Miyagi, and a specific for both blind and partially blind students.
It really slows down on my speech as I try to translate everything. I see. Sorry. I feel like slapping myself for the faux pas. Looking at her face, though, she doesn't seem in the least bit put off by it.
My. There's no need to change your speech on my account.
Oh, sure. Sorry. I guess I'm really showing my newness here.
An environment like this would be a big change, so I can't fault you for it. Why?
These words don't work.
The same can't be said for everyone. Many have come to terms with their conditions.
A category which would include her, it seems, all too ready to jump. I'm so focused on translating everything for her, I don't really pay attention to what she's saying. All too ready to jump the ship from this particular topic, I segue into another. Do you come here to drink tea often? It's a really nice place. Thinking on it, this might be a version of this place behind my school that I like to have lunch at.
I come here fairly often during lunchtime. My duties as class representative don't leave enough time for an official crab. So Flynn and I use this room for having tea.
Class representative, huh? Compared to Shizune, her mannerism seems to be almost I was about to say completely, but completely opposite. While Shizune blunt and fiercely driven, Lily seems relaxed and calm, almost aloof. Come to think of it, she might be useful for a less biased view of the school's club. What kinds of club are there to join?
The more popular ones are the track and field club, which use the field near the school during lunchtimes, the baseball club, and the book club in a room near the
Rableli.
Will and also numerous smart ones too.
Whoops, I went too fast. Didn't get the last what she said, but it doesn't matter. You guys can pause or bring back time and get back to it. At the time when I'm just wanting to get on my feet, rushing into a club right away seems slightly unappealing. I wonder if this school shares the same role as my old one. Is it compulsory to join a club?
It isn't. No, it is encourage.
Ah, good. That's a relief. I've really let down my guard around this girl to let such a thing slip out. The fact seems slightly amuse her. Not wanting my tea to get cold, I finally start drinking as Riri does the same. As I look over the window, over her shoulder, I notice the light coming into the room as a distinctly orange tint. Even here, time doesn't stand still. Time's gone quickly.
Sorry.
Right, she's blind. Of course she can't see the sun setting. It just looks like the sun's starting to set. It seems to come as a surprise for her. I guess she must have lost track of time.
Sorry, you. I didn't mean to keep you from the library for so long.
I quickly moved to Yali, her concern. No, it's okay. The library is still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think on it. It's probably something I should have asked Shizune when I had the chance, but Lily seems too likely to know in any case.
True. It's open until 6:30 during weekdays.
How'd you know that? Did you see it on the place? A quick glance at my watch confirms that I have well enough time to get there. I might get going in that case. It's been nice talking to you, Lily. She smiles and gives a deep nod, her hands still neatly folded on the table in front of her.
It was my pleasure. Oh, come to think of it, shall I show you too well the library is?
I couldn't possibly ask for more help. How is she gonna navigate? I should be able to find it. Dude, that's the second time you decline a girl to help you find a place. Just, can you put your ego on the sign and say yes and just have somebody tag you along? You're gonna find it in like 2 minutes instead of spending like 2 hours because you just chat with every girl you meet? Well, unless my navigational skills fail me. Again. Which they seem to have a habit of doing. Again.
It's all light. I was going to be talking to the librarian. Then, in any case, I could introduce you.
This gets better and better. It's pretty hard to deny her offer. If you're sure, then it'd be great, thanks. And now we're gonna use this time to cut away because it's been a good episode of 33 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and next time we are gonna continue with Riri as we take our way to the library. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please remember to subscribe if you're somehow not subscribed yet, because I'm assuming people who still watch this, the people that are following my channel by the moment. Anyway, see you guys later. Take care.